Greta, you are one of the most cheerful people I know. And
really?
Yes, and you don't appear to be that way right now. And the thing is, what you're worried about right now is whether you're playing well enough and whether people are going to like you and whether you've practiced the piece enough and you've forgotten your... When I look over at the 42 violins in the youth orchestra, I can be pretty guaranteed that you will be smiling because you're always having a good time and you're playing and you get here and you get worried. And what we really are hearing is your worry. Okay. And we don't want to hear your worry. Okay. Mozart is teaching us, and you know Mozart was one of the most cheerful, but you would have loved Mozart and Mozart would have loved you. He always looked on the bright side. There's a letter he wrote to his father. There was a performance of one of his operas in Prague. And he wrote back home, he said it was fantastic and the chorus was great and the solos were unbelievable and the orchestra was fantastic and the music is so great. Oh, incidentally, there were only 10 people there and the critics hated it. But he wrote that at the bottom as a kind of postscript. I call that amadeity.
Okay.
All right, amadeity is an attitude towards life. And it's an attitude that takes you through even the worst experiences and keeps you cheerful. And that's what he did all the time. So his music, and this is very early music, you know, he played this himself, and he probably didn't play it as well as you do. I'm sure he didn't, because you know, he was really a pianist and a composer. But he played the violin well enough to play that. So I suspect that he didn't worry so much about whether it was perfect. I bet he worried he was concerned that it would be lively. And he begins with the trumpet. Can you just do that? Do the trumpet at the beginning, just to learn. Good. And now do that with a smile and it'll be perfect. 2, 3, Then it goes to That's your job. That was great. And you weren't worried at all just then. Did you notice? You were having fun, right? So that's the secret. So it really is a discipline. You think it's just good luck that you're in a good mood. It's not good luck that you're in a good mood. It's discipline, right? You know that you're worried because you're playing in front of people. So instead, like you remember Jacqueline Dupre, I've told you that. 5 years old, I can't wait to play for you. Do you see what I mean? So just do the introduction once again. And when it gets difficult, don't tense up. Have fun with the difficulty. Enjoy the fact that you can play as well as you can. And if you miss, how fascinating. Here comes the trumpet. Then he goes to... Here's a little clip. You want to play?
Oh.
Yeah. Come here. You know what the trills are for? The trills are to say, yes, we've arrived! Great. You know, always play as if you're playing 7? How old?
9.
9, sorry, forgive me. Always play as if you've got a kid in the audience of about his age.
Okay.
Right. Only think about the kid. Don't worry about the critics. And that was beautiful. When you're doing, you know, this is always an opera. Da da dee da 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 dee da dee da 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 da. You're speaking to somebody, telling a story. Da da dee da 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 dee da. Do from there. And the shape is da da dee da dee da, right? Da dee da dee dee da dee dee dee. Here's another person. Yes. She's come all the way from Connecticut to You can play the violin and look at your audience at the same time. You don't have to be staring at your fingers like it's great what you're doing. It's beautiful. You're locked up inside a cage, and we want you to get out and fly. That's all. So it's because you're doing wonderfully. Beautiful playing, gorgeous sound, terrific. Everything is terrific, except you look so worried. So come back. Do you need any music? Do the second phrase again. One more phrase. And imagine you're going to be run over by a bus when you leave here. That'll be the end, right? And, you know, we'll send a letter to your mom and say, we're terribly sorry, Greta, you know, passed away, but you should have heard her last performance of the Mozart phrase. Can you do? Yes, good. The invitation to the applause. You're doing so well. I would suggest a slightly faster tempo than you did, which is what we just got, because if you can play that fast, do it. Because there's no point being apologetic about your virtuosity, which is considerable. That was a great tempo. Bim, bum, ba-dum, bum, pa, bi, bi, ba, 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 bi, ba, ba. In that fast, brilliant way. But it's great, and cheer up. Of course, you're Russian, and the Russians always say, I have to be gloomy. But you, we're training her gradually after. You know, it would be a wonderful thing for you to do an assignment. Greta's in the orchestra, in the youth orchestra, so she gets an assignment every week. And we have lots of assignments. Walk with Spirit and Love, you remember that, Come from the Power of a Child, all those ones. There's Roz over there who designs these in the end. On the way back, we're going to, but I think we just found the assignment, which is, we'll find the exact wording, but walk through life as if you loved every minute of it. Okay. Right. Walk through life as if everything you experienced was great.
Try that.
So, would you try that?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be so good.
Yes,
please.
I kept thinking, she's on a hayride, she's having a wonderful time, and the cart hits a bump in the road. That's nothing to do with her.
Right.
She just keeps, you can keep the happiness up whether the cart hits the bump.
That's true.
Great. Do you have an assignment for us?
Remember, you're not the doer.
Remember, you are not the doer. Is that...
Well, for the bump in the road.
Yeah, for the bump in the road. We have to tell something about the bump in the road.
Or imagine you're not the doer. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Imagine that the mistakes you think you make in life have nothing to do with you.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll find some form of it for this afternoon. That would be great. But that would be great for you. And really enjoy the fact that you play so well and you're such a wonderful musician. And you've got so much to offer people. Could you say that with your applause so that Greta really gets it? Yeah, play a little bit. We have, I tell you what we have. We have 2 minutes. Okay, so just play the opening of the second movement. Stop you. It's beautiful. This is about love. This is expressing pure love. Imagine you, not sexual love, I think just love, like a child, love for a child. Can you play that again and imagine instead of a violin you have a child in your hand and you do it with tenderness and with warmth and with such sweetness, your sweetness. If I took a photograph of that without any sound, it would look like somebody being very sad. There's something terrible that happened to them. Can you do it again and pretend that your life is great? Look at that beautiful smile. She has a smile and then she has violin. Try and bring them together. So in your whole being, your body, your face, your bow, your hand, everything is about tenderness and love. Right? The same, very same phrase. So worry doesn't play any role. Beautiful. It's on the way. It's on the way. And that's still difficult for you to be completely contented and completely clear of any anxiety. But it's beautiful. It's on the way. I think you should come back and play again, right? Sometime very soon. All right. Beautiful. Bravo. Thank you for bringing us Mozart and Amadeity into this room. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. And Dina, thank you.